Morning, everyone. All right, morning. Test. Do I have audio today is the question. All right, let's see. I don't know if it's working. Is the audio working? That's the question. The $1 million question, is the audio working? Guess we'll find out. All right. I don't think the audio is working again, but I'm not 100% sure. All right. Whoever is watching, can you confirm that you can hear me? Is the question. I'm looking for an answer. All right, cool. Thanks, Don. Let's see. Cool. All right, guys, we are live for the Open. My main watch is this MLHR, which created an awesome peg yesterday. It looks like it's gapping down, and we'll look to play the red-green move. I'm just going to tweet out one more time that I'm live for the Open. All right. Cool. Thanks, everyone, for confirming it works. All right. We got a question on GoGo. Let's take a look at that real quick. Red-green on GoGo. Well, it's not red, so if it does sell off, as long as it stays... I think yesterday was the buy on GoGo. I was actually eyeing this one yesterday. Look for any kind of momentum. I don't know that red-green. I mean, red-green could work today. It's not going to be on the top of my list, though. That one's kind of just on the back burner right now. But that is a good trade. I like GoGo. I've already made money on that one. So, all right. Morning, Mayor. All right. I want to share it with AOT too. So, because a lot of people ask how I play these. Let's see. So like I said, I already got orders ready to go on this MLHR. Not placed. I just have them ready to go. I'm expecting some profit taking. If you take a look at the peg, we had earnings come out 2 days ago. After the market closed, it gapped up, traded sideways after hours, and then it opened right at the highs. It looks like it kind of ran up right at the open, pre-market, and then as soon as it opened, it went. That's a gap and go is what they call that. So it went up, right, made highs, and then it consolidated all day, making this wedge. This is probably absolutely the most perfect wedge in a power earning gap you can get. My guess is, and I'm going to be a little more aggressive on this one, and the only reason I am, take a look at that. Look at the volume on this stock compared to any other day. This is earnings right here, okay? This is the earnings. This is the earnings. This is the earnings. This is an earnings. Like, look at the size of that peg from a volume perspective. This thing has a lot of people in it. And there's a reason for it. And I truly believe that this will either, if this does not sell off at the open, it could just go. If it does, this is one of the few times that I'll actually chase it. And not so much chase it past red green, but chase it. Usually I like to buy down, my ideal spot to buy today is probably like 32, 33 if it drops that far. We may not. It looks like it's consolidating pretty nicely. Pre-market here at 34.20. Someone doesn't want it to go down, which is fine. So like I said, if it starts just to go right out of the gate, I'll start in real quick, and then I'll let the rest go and see if it plays out the way I want. Usually I like to see it sell off, but we may not get that today. All right, just checking on Twitter. All right. What else are we looking at? So ZM, I mentioned that was a good overnight hold candidate. It looking like it's going to gap up. This concerns me a little bit. Well, it does and doesn't. So QQQ, if we take a look at the chart here, I was looking at this morning. 272.60 area, 272.50. I felt like if it was going to break that during the market, it would gap fill back to 274, which is ideal. But as you can see, this just spiked up pre-market and then failed. So that's a little concerning, but we'll keep an eye on that from an overall perspective on the market. AMD is another one I'm watching. I have some options on that. I played yesterday for fun. I'll take those at the open because it's a small account and I'm under PDT on that one. So I'll take profits on that and move on. I'm just going for base hits on that account to build it up for now. All right, NVIDIA. NVIDIA I love long term. I'm going to pull NVIDIA over. I'm in it from 5.11, I think it is. So I got in early a couple days ago or a day ago. I think I got in here on the dip, right about here when it started to reverse, and then it just kind of sold off. I don't think we're getting much lower than that 480. I wouldn't be surprised if this is at 550 by next week. If this QQQ bounces. And then back to highs. I have a target of 750 on this one long term. And long term is like by the end of the year. Next year, summer, I'm saying it's over 1,000. They're doing everything right now. What did I have there? GRWG. So I'm going between YouTube and Twitter for comments. So if anyone has any, I should be able to see them between the two. Any chart requests, feel free to ask. Pretty much any chart I have up, I have a position in. Exception being QQQ, that's just an overall one. Oh shoot, I have AMD up twice. Let me pull up. Let's pull up ZM. I think that one's gonna run today. I am long ZM. I'm long a lot of tech stocks, so QQQ bouncing is key for me today. If it sells off, we're in trouble. I think we're gonna break the lows of yesterday, which actually held previous lows over here, which is good. It's a good sign. Nice bounce off it. Now we just need to reverse higher than this 282 over the course of the next week, if not sooner. So let me. Tesla, Apple. Apple I'm long. I like Tesla. Tesla needs to play out, I think. I just don't know which way it's going, so I'm not going to play it, but I could easily see this back at highs, but I could also easily see this failing and going back to this MA here, the 50 MA. I just don't know. That stock's so volatile. I'd probably, if I were to play it, it would be like a major dip in the intraday and buy it up or something like that. Apple, I truly believe, will bounce back to highs here from this 135 area. It's just a matter of time. Once this QQQ starts bouncing, Apple bounces. It all kind of works together. So I am long Apple at one. Let me look. 116. So I'm down a decent amount on that one, but it's okay. I'm not worried about that at all. Kodak. Yeah. So Kodak. I was looking at it last night for someone. Last one before we go live, guys. I meant before market opens. I was looking at this as someone mentioned as overnight hold, which you could have done and made money on. I just don't like the manipulation in the stock. If you look, look at this. It went to I don't even know what this number is. I feel like it went to $100 a share at one point. It was so manipulated by Trump tweeting it out, and it was just so stupid. I don't like to deal with that. You can make money on that stock, but it's not for me. What did I have there? I don't know. We'll throw Tesla there for now. All right. Open's about to happen. We get a minute and a half, looks like. ZM, nice little spike. So 213, I think it was. So 219. So we're looking at $6 a share if you had played the overnight on that one. QQQ selling off here a little bit. But what's interesting, Apple's the one doing it. For the most part. All right, yeah. So what's the charting platform that you're using? This is Fidelity's Active Trader Pro application. I have a lot of swing trades, bud. Hold on a second. We're at the open, so I gotta watch this for a second. I will tell you what I'm doing. I may have missed this one, guys. All right, I'm in, but I chased, and I told you I would. I'm in a partial position, and the only reason I am is because, like I said, I think this one's going crazy today. Stop is going to be real tight. I actually already have my sell order ready to go. I don't like it. I don't like chasing, but I'm afraid I'm going to miss this one. And the reason I think that is because of the way this was holding here and then just turning up. So let's see what happens here. It could still sell off, but that's why I went with a partial position versus a full position on this, is because it could still like this. Yeah. And that's what I kind of thought could happen. But I wanted to get in just so I had a starting position. There's going to be profits being taken in the stock today. Let's just see how much it moves. We're getting sell-offs across the board. QQQ, ZM selling off here. You got to take profits right away on those overnights. The more this lingers at this area, the better, I think. It's already above, yes? Is it above yesterday's? 35 was the high. I think 35 was the high. Yeah. So it already broke over 35, which was good. But like I said, if it can get any kind of momentum through this 35 right now, will be good. But with the sell-off that's going on, it's not helping by any means. I think we pounced though. So I got a buy order and a sell order, both lined up, depending on what happens here. It comes back down here, retests this 34.20 and it holds, I'll add. If it just keeps going, I'm happy with my position and I'll sell into it. So far we're at a loss on this one, which, like I said, is okay. These don't always turn into profits, but in my experience, they're more likely to than not. That's why I trade them so often. But like I said, I usually like to see it go red-green. This, it's hovering around the red-green area right now. Which, this is good. This is really good because as soon as the selling stops, this is going to launch. It's just, that's how it works. This was supposed to be the sell-off here. This opening, like 1 minute to 2 minute, is supposed to sell off, but it gapped up, which tells me there's a lot of buyers. Now people are like, oh, well, now I'm going to sell. So they start selling, and this is what this chop is right here. So let's see if it keeps going. I don't like to overstay my welcome if it's not going in the direction that I want it to on these. I can always get back in if needed. So let's see what happens here shortly. My average is pretty high. It's almost at 35. Just as a FYI. Tesla going back up. Oh, what the heck's up with this chart? All right. Apple just went red. I don't know. I don't think we're going to sell off. It looks like it's fighting pretty well today. We'll see what happens. And here we go. Selling started to let up a little bit, so then it starts to go up a little bit more. 35.50 area would be like really good here in the next like 5 to 10 minutes. But we'll see what happens. I don't like my average on it. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I got a really bad entry, but it's okay. Let's see what else is going on while we're waiting for that. Facebook's up 1%. APT's up 1%. Looks like Calyx is almost up 1%. So we're green mostly across the board. There's some red. ZM's red now. Apple's red. Target's red. Not by much. This is a good little pattern here for this GRWG to continue. I could see that one back at 17 today, possibly. So keep an eye on that one. All right, we're selling off. I'm watching the tape on my other screen just so you guys are aware. So I like to watch the price action and the time to sales. But I can't show that on stream because it has my account stuff in it. So I apologize for that. If I can find a way to fix that later on, I will. Yeah. No. It's tough with this. So right now you could, in theory, if you were looking to go long today on a day trade on something, now would be probably a good time. Because if we sell off here and bounce, we won't get back down to this level today, I feel like. But if we sell off here and it kind of teeters, I think we'll go red. So it's a good risk reward from a day trade perspective to say, okay, well, I could get in on the bottom of the bounce right here. And this is anything related to tech, I feel like. So like this ZM right here, this is probably going to be, as long as we don't sell off more, this is probably going to be the low of the day. That's 410, 411 area. Same with Apple. Nvidia is selling off, bouncing off red green. That's a good sign. So 499 is it's bouncing off of that. It seems like teetering on that level. But like I said, if this sells off and goes red right now, you just get out quick for a quick loss. And you know your risk reward was good though. Like it's a good chance it goes up. It's more likely to go up than go down. I feel like right now. Checking out some other stuff. I think the market's having a lot to do with this pullback right here. So I'm not too concerned. Like I said, 34.20 is going to be my stop loss, which is a decent amount. I'm giving it some room. Not stop loss. I'm sorry. I don't use hard stops. So I will think about selling it or buying more at that point. If you're not in, this is a good spot to buy if you're looking to get in this trade. Any comments? Not much happening. I should have added. I'm a little gun shy with the market. That's the problem. If the market was cooperating a little bit better, I'd be all in on this one. But I'm happy with my position size. Tesla, that looks kind of shortable right here, this pattern. I mean, there goes Apple. Just lost 110. So this is going to probably pull. Yeah, a lot of chop out there to be expected. The ZMs dropping. See, that's what I'm saying. So now, yeah, we're down if we went long where I said. But it's good risk reward until this red green breaks on this QQQ. Nope, it's not TOS. It is Fidelity's Active Trader Pro, it's called. It does look similar, though, because I do have TOS as well. I don't use it nearly as much, though. All right. So see what happens here. Like I said, that 3420 area, it may bounce here. Let's see. All right. I added a couple shares here. It's risky. Sorry. But this is kind of the make or break area for me on this stock. So if it breaks below that 3420 area, I sell for a loss and I'm done. If it bounces off of it now, I have a lower average. So I won't add again. This is it. That's the most I'll do on this trade. So whatever happens, happens. You can see the market's bouncing. This is bouncing. And that's kind of what I figured would happen here. Yeah, Mayor, this took me forever to set up. It is not very user friendly. Like I had to literally move every single box, like smaller, bigger, to get it to how I wanted it. And even now, it's still not where I want it completely. It's not very. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. It doesn't show. Like I really wish it showed. So there's a feature for indicators. That you can add your, I don't know where it is, but basically you can add the little dots for your pictures, right? Sorry, for pictures. For your buys and sells. So there's like little arrows that show. So I wish I could show that to you guys so you see where I'm executing the prices. Because I executed my buy like here, and then I executed my second buy like here. So you could see those two. So my average now, let me see where my average is, 34.61. So my average is okay now. That's where I would have liked the first buy to be, but I got a terrible fill on it. So it is what it is. Oh, look at that bouncing AMD here. It's nice. ZM, nice bounce. Apple's the only thing not bouncing, which is arguably the most important one that needs to bounce for this to keep going. All right, let's see if we can break above the previous high here. That would be the most ideal situation here. Looks like the tape showing a decent amount of sales, but nothing crazy that can't be overcome here. It looks like thousands. You know, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, but nothing crazy. And the thousand's not even until 35.20. So we should be good to get up here. Let's see if we get some buying. Market's got to cooperate. Which, of course, it doesn't right when you need it to, right? Got a little sell off here across the board. Sell off. But Apple's bouncing. So it looks like tech stocks are going opposite what Apple's doing right now, which is kind of interesting. So again, on these trades, I go for between 1 and 5%. That's my goal. I don't overstay my welcome. I want to be out of this trade by 10 o'clock, usually. Sometimes I let it go further if I've already made money and I'm up decently and I'm like, all right, well, I'll just let like a partial amount of it go longer. But not always. This is not a good sell off here for this. Oh boy. This could get ugly quick, guys. Just overall, the market across the board. If we lose A good bounce. Nope. The good news is it's not affecting this too much. We still got buying coming in on this stock, which is interesting. I'd like to see this volume continue down here that we see. If this bounces right here, this would shoot through the highs for sure. Any questions? I mean, I'm trying to explain it as I go, how I traded this. I got a really bad execution to start. I got a good execution down here. Overall, we're all right now, but the market's pulling, so I'm tempted to take some off just to be sure. I don't know. I'm not up much, 1%. I mean, it's money. Don't get me wrong. I like money. I'm going to let it go. I want to see what happens with it. I was very ready for this one to go, and I was willing to chase it, so I gotta let it go. Be patient. Try to ignore it for a minute. What are you guys trading, if anything? So one to watch today, by the way, guys, is Penn. It's already up 3%, or was up more than that, but their app goes live today, so they're obviously their run up is due to that. Well, it was a breakout first of all back in early September. They had a nice breakout, and it's just kind of been going up since. And that, I think, is the lead up to the application being released. I have a feeling this will take a pullback soon, and when it does, it's probably a good time to buy. All right, we need a bounce here. Notice this isn't selling off. This is good. Everything else is selling off, but this is staying steady here. So that's a good sign. The 32 area, because if you look at pre-market, it was holding 32 right here, and that's why I use that number. 33.80. It could have easily gotten down to 33.80. I don't know where you see that number though. 33.73 is what I see as a low. I would have used that as my next number if that one failed, if I was playing it that way. And then lastly, I would have used 33.33. But that would have been only on the open here for those low, because I probably wouldn't have gone in if it went that low after spiking up here and then coming down, because it would have failed at 34.20, I think, and it still could. I think the market's affecting this big time. Yes, the market is bleeding. It's okay though. We expect chop until we get out of like the overall, until we break above this 282 area or below this 270 or 268 area, which might happen today at the rate we're going. It's just chop is what it is. It's chop sideways, and it's not pretty, but it is what it is. And like I said, this sell-off is not helping this stock one bit. As soon as this bounces, watch how fast this goes up. I mean, the more it holds here, the better. What did we bounce off of? Anything crazy? 269.25. I don't think we. I have the QQQ chart up. We can take a look. We're still up, but yeah, 269.70. Yeah, so that 266.50 area is really key for this. We do not want to lose that on this QQQ. I mean, the rotation's already happened, yeah. We're waiting for the rotation back in at this point. If the rotation back in does not come, then we have a possibility of a reversal, which would not be good. But I feel like we are just kind of consolidating and we'll continue higher shortly. Just a matter of getting through these days where it's like this, where it chops down, goes back up, goes back down, etc. And that's another reason why I take profits real quick on a lot of stocks lately. I go for base hits because realistically, this chop time is not a good time to like try to swing trade because it's really tough to deal with emotionally all the positions you're in, and swinging something that's going to be down 2 days, up a day, down a day, up 2 days, down 2 days, like it's just annoying more than anything. But it is what it is. I have positions. I have probably 20 something positions that are all red right now, but I'm okay with it. I mean, they're going to bounce back. Just a matter of time. All right, so this is interesting. I didn't expect this to sell here. So, I am down a little bit right now. I'm going to give it a little bit longer because the market was going up. So this in theory should have gone with it if it was really following it. Now what concerns me is on this pullback, it's really going to sell. So let's just see what happens here. We still have our number, our 34.20. So we're good on that front. This could just be delayed profit taking too. Because like I said, this stock was up a ton yesterday. Now, if this fails, we lose money, right? But we keep this stock on the radar because what's going to happen is it's going to consolidate and fade and get down to probably like 32 or 30. And then it's going to create a flag, a bull flag, and we can go long again. And that's when we swing it. All right, we're selling off some more. All right. Try to be patient. Really like to see some more buying coming in. There we go. Let's see. I'm watching the tape, guys. Sorry if I'm quiet a little bit. I'm just kind of watching it, see what kind of bids and asks are coming up and what's going across the time of sales. It's a lot of small orders. I haven't seen anything big come through. And the fact that this isn't back bouncing with QQQ right now has me a little concerned. So again, 34.20. My guess is if it hits that, it's gonna fall hard. But I'm ready to sell here shortly, take my loss and move on. I'm down 1% right now, basically, on my full position. We'll just see if it bounces again off this area. Again, I'm watching the tape. And it looks like it's bouncing. A little bit. It's a weird one. I thought for sure that was going to be it and it was going to go. I could have taken 1% at the top here. It's kind of where we were at that point. A little over. But I felt like it had a lot more in it, and that was kind of the risk I was taking holding it. May get stopped out, or I don't have a hard stop like I mentioned, but I may stop myself out here if it breaks below this 34.20. Could also be getting targeted. That's the other thing. I'm sure I'm not the only one that caught that this number was holding this morning, so we'll see what happens. Chewy. I haven't even looked at Chewy. I should have that one up. I've been trading that one lately too. Look for, so in this Chewy, I have a feeling it's going to sell off more because it's broken down below the support. And this has to do with a lot with, it's broken under the MA here, which is 54.46. We're at 50. 52. Look for this to sell off more for the next hour, and then look to buy the bounce. You could start a position here on this, but I wouldn't. I would wait till it actually bottoms. This looks like a bottom, but I don't think it is. I think it's got more in it. QQQ is bouncing. Yeah, a little bit. Not much. I'm not sure. Too much time for trying to break yesterday's high. Time to leave. Which stock are you referring to on that one? I'm not sure. GRWG is moving. Like I said, I think that will get back to 17 today. That's one of my trades. Yeah, same here. I'm in GRWG as well. All right, so we broke down. I really think this is now a failed second day red to green. And there's big orders showing up. So I'm out for a loss of 1.3%. All right. I'm okay with that because this is going to sell off pretty good, I think. Sucks, guys. That move usually works. This market sell off did not help us one bit. You could still watch this for a potential bounce back if the market really accelerates, which it looks like it's starting to do. But you're going to see a lot of people start to take profits on this stock now because it's falling below its low of the day. They gave it enough time, and if it breaks like 33, 70 area, it's gonna really tank. Probably back down to 32. So be cautious if you're still in it. I'm not saying it does not make new highs today. But that's how I trade it. And I keep my losses low and I try to keep my gains pretty quick. So 1 to 5%. I took a 1.3% loss on it. It's not the end of the world. It's not a huge loss. I can make it up again later if I wanted to. I don't force trades to make it up. No, it didn't. So yesterday's high was, it did break it. Yesterday's high was 35 I meant, sorry. Or maybe it wasn't. Oh, 35.19. All right, I apologize. So you're right. It didn't break yesterday's high. But I definitely thought it was going to here. So yeah, you could be right. It tried, didn't make it, failed. And that's how it goes. So, like I said, it wasn't the ideal scenario right out the gate. But I was willing to chase it due to the volume on the stock. So ideally, this would have been opposite. This green candle would have been a red candle going the other way. And then you buy down here and you let it go red green. That's the ideal setup for that. I chased today, so I deserved a loss, realistically. I mitigated that loss by kind of buying down here and get my average lower, but realistically, I ended up losing more either way because I sold lower than any of my buys. But it's 1.3%. So, like I said, not the end of the world. We move on. I have stocks that are, ZM right now is up, 4.5% for me. So I take that, I cover the loss, I'm great on the day, and it's not a big deal. So I have backup stocks, if you will, that I can take to cover my losses. I really wanted that one to work. I liked it a lot, like way too much. And that may be why it didn't work, is because I was really sold that it was going to take off. And like I said, what it could do too, which would be really funny, is create a very thin inside day candle today and then Monday just take off. So watch for that as well. Looks like we're reversing a little bit here, which is nice. ZM's really taking off. That one I kind of figured was going to. Look for 430 today, I think, on that one. I wouldn't buy it here expecting 430, but I'm just saying if you're already in it, you could see 430 today. Next week, probably back to highs. GRWG, like I said, 17 target on that one today, I think. It's just got to get through the 16, I already did, 1630 area. Sorry, hit 1642, so look for it to get back to the highs. That's my thought process on that one. Apples, looks like it bottomed for the day, but we'll see what happens on that one. Again, Chewy, I would look for 11 o'clock to get it to be involved in that one, not before. They did have an offering, so that's why this is probably down a little bit. JD is bouncing right now. It's another position we're in, or I'm in. Pins is bouncing. Everything seems to be bouncing right now, which is good. Some tweets here. Hold on. Chewy. All right. Let's see. CRM. We are in CRM. I do like CRM. I added to CRM the other day, actually. Let's take a look at it. I added to CRM. I think it was. Let me see. Let me look at my position. I am down a lot on CRM, so that's the reason I added. 254. So we're still below my ad. I added up here. Because I thought, it bottomed, came back, and I thought it was going to make a new high past this 56 area, right? So I'm in here, I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, it's going to keep going. It had a nice fail here and then came back, and it was going to rally, and it didn't, and it sold off. So we're still holding this 240, 239 area on this stock, so I'm not too worried. My initial buy was 272 up here somewhere, and then I added a full position. or what I consider a full position. Then I added another half position down here. So I'm in for like 1.5 on that one. I could add one more half to it, be comfortable in the position size. But I'm just going to let it go play out. I think it'll be back. It's just got to break above this 256 area, and it will be fine. I think once we get a bounce here in this QQQ, we'll be good. Everything's kind of like that right now, guys. If you take a look, like all these stocks, just kind of down and then sideways. The ZM's actually trending up. That's why I like that one the most. But like even if you looked at AMD, down and then trend sideways. This one's trending down though, so that one's not as great. But Apple down and then trending sideways, and that one's trending down too. But you get the gist. These should bounce. It's just a matter of time and when it gets there. Got to be patient with these. AMD, I love AMD personally. It is trying to go green again today. It sold off decently yesterday, and I added actually down here again. Like my 4th ad on AMD since being up here. It's kind of funny actually, and I don't mind it. It's my biggest position by far right now. I'm in as high as 85.87, which was here, I think. I think I bought the dip here. Or it might have been before it went up. I don't remember. I think it was before. That's my highest entry. My lowest is 74.80, which was yesterday. In here somewhere. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times I've added on this stock since August. And I'm okay with it. I think it's gonna bounce. My average is $80.63 right now. So I don't need a huge bounce to be green on this stock, and with the position size I have, it's going to be a good trade. Just got to wait for it, and I think we just got to wait for our overall market bounce on a lot of these stocks. And the more patient you can be, the better off you are, because if you panic sell, you're going to lose money all the time. Nvidia, I am in. I did go over this one a little while ago. I entered. So I was in like here. I sold up here. It sold off to here. I sold up here. I waited. And I think I bought here somewhere. 511, I think is where my average is on this day I bought. Yeah, it was definitely this day. Because the next day it sold off. And then I was too early. But regardless, I love NVIDIA more so than I actually AMD. But just in general, for a long-term perspective, this stock will be $750 by the end of the year, if you ask me. By next summer, it should probably be around 1,000. They have released new technology that you cannot get because it's sold out everywhere. And I think that along with how the chart looks, and I just think they're undervalued. They just bought a licensing company that licensed chips. It's the largest in the world, so they got new revenue flow there. They paid a ton of money for it, but I just think overall that's a good company. And I mean, short term, I'm going to buy and sell it constantly. Like I said, I added at 511. I got in early, so I got to wait. But I'll probably sell it like 550, 560, somewhere in there. And then rebuy if it dips again. I don't know. We'll see. But right now, everything's kind of based on the market. And we really need, these markets to, especially the NASDAQ 100, to come back here. It's just it needs to reclaim this 11.6 probably. I'd say somewhere around there. If it reclaims 11.6, we'll be good. We'll see a lot of our positions start to look better and just overall be more in the green. TSM. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, the semiconductor. Yeah. I haven't looked at their chart. Was this earnings? No, it can't be. Maybe it was. Oh no, that was actually. This was probably earnings here, if I were to guess. And it had a nice little breakout. Actually, this is setting up really nice. Let's see if we can chart this real quick. See if it's as clean as I thought. Yeah, it's pretty clean. So you can see the flag, right? And the thought process is it tried to break out, did not, came down, tested, tried to break out, didn't consolidate, got really tight, and then all of a sudden, boom, it broke out of the flag, right? Well, now it sold back off and it retested the breakout area. So this could and should continue higher as soon as this market bounces. That's actually a decent setup. I like the retest and hold here. That's one to watch. That is definitely one to watch. All right. ZM looking like it wants to go higher here. Trying to see if there's anything else interesting today. Airlines gonna have a huge bounce soon. Keep your eyes on the airlines, man. They're gonna bounce hard. Look at this consolidation. Oh, it's so nice. Like, this thing is, especially the save because there's short interest in it. I like this one a lot. I mean, you could draw off that. Doesn't really go back to that, really. Ideally, you'd want to be probably here. Kind of goes through that. Doesn't really make sense, but it is holding this area. You could potentially draw a line there once it reversed, because this was a kind of a downward there. This was one here, and it breaks out. So you even got another one here in theory. You can see it keeps like kind of breaking out, right? And it goes up, and then we get another one here, and it goes up, and now it's just consolidating. It's not doing that pattern anymore. It's done that pattern 4 times. Now it's sitting here doing nothing, consolidating in this area. It's going to bust out at some point and get back to whatever this number is here, 24.5, 25. But that's a lot of lines on a chart. Sorry, guys. But yeah, you get the gist. This thing's gonna go nuts at some point. It's just the rotation's got to get back in. It's just a matter of time. Adobe. I did look at this one recently. It looks like it's going to go red-green here, actually. Ooh. We got a nice bounce off the MA here. Let's take a look at the. I like looking at the chart on here. Honestly, I don't know. I just see it better for some reason. All right, so you can see it's bouncing off of this 50 MA. It's already done it once. It's going to do it again, it looks like. It's going red-green today. You could go long here, expecting it to get back to that 540, 530 area for $50 a share, about. Yeah, I mean, that's a 10% gain, right? Give or take. If it makes that move. You got a lot of volume coming in. The red volume's not good, but you got this green bar, this green bar, this green bar. Your RSI's going down. Yeah, I mean, it's a good setup. I probably won't play it. If I had more money, I would. I'm just too spread out right now. Whoa, how did I get that on the chart? I did not mean to do that. Here goes the red-green move. Yeah, go-go we looked at earlier. Someone pointed it out right at the open, and I forgot what I had said, but I thought it was going to gap and go. It didn't. I don't think. All right, so this is funny. So this is what I was expecting the other stock to do today, the one we traded, ML whatever it was. So at the open, you expect it to sell off like this. You buy down here, and then it goes red-green. That's the ideal move. This, I wouldn't have expected that on. I mean, it's a strong momentum stock, so you could expect it on that. But this is the move that I trade normally on a peg on the second day. This is what you see. Because I'll add like here and think it's going to bounce or something, like right here. And I'll be like, oh crap, it didn't bounce. And then when it sells off again, I'll buy more. And then I keep adding until it actually bounces. That's usually how that goes. But yeah, I mean, this one's going to take off again at some point. I don't ever recommend chasing it though. You obviously have clear support here at the 925 level. It looks like it wants to build support here at the 975 level now. So it's up a ton. Don't forget about that. It's up a ton here. So, yes, I expect it to keep going up, but I don't see the play here. The play was if you could have seen this red-green coming and buying it. That was the play. Don't chase. Let's see. Let's take a look. Hold on a second, guys. I just gotta check. All right. Let's see. Nice little bounce area. Huh. That's a nice little wedge it's got going. Let me show you. Doesn't look so good on this chart, but essentially. Yeah, it doesn't look as good. I think it's got to reclaim this 50 MA before there's a play in it, personally. What I was seeing on this other chart is it looks like if you drew a line like straight down here and straight down here, you got kind of a falling wedge type of deal. But I don't really see it on that other chart I was looking at. I would wait. Let's take a look. What am I down today? I only traded once, so. Not bad. CRM took a nice sell off right here. That's interesting. Oh, the market pulled. That's why. All right, GRWG making new, looking like it wants to make new highs. See if it does. All right, there's not much more I was going to do on this live stream. I just wanted to show that red to green move that technically it did happen, but it. Let's see where it's at now. Yeah, usually. Yeah. So that's the other thing. That's why I like to get out early, is because once it fails, it fails. It doesn't come back. You could have sold here if you bought right at the open. Sold there. That's one move. We bought here. We bought here. I could have sold here. I could have made money. I thought it was going to break for sure. It did not. It started to fail. Right about here is when I knew I was going to take a loss because it went red, green, red. But I was hopeful on this little like doubt here, and then it started to sell off more. So then I got my sell order ready, and it kept selling, and then I sold. Probably right about here, I think 34.16 is where I sold. Obviously, you could have held through that and sold higher and probably just got out even. But like I said, I just like to take my loss and move on. So it's unfortunate that one didn't work out, but I have done plenty of these in the past, and they do work most of the time. This is gonna set up a nice trade for tomorrow if this can close just under the open today. Not tomorrow, but on Monday. This will be a real nice one if it can close there, like right about here where it's at right now. Yeah, and this thing will just shoot up probably another $6 on Monday. So there might be a possibility that I play this as an overnight hold today by the end of the day. We'll see. It's a risky one, but I feel like it might actually work out pretty well. We'll see. Any other trades? The only other trade I'd look for right now is any kind of avalanche that happened. So anything that's been selling off all morning. Yeah, exactly. This one does not fall into that category. I don't think. It's not avalanche enough. You need to see something like this. Let me show you. This is what you're looking for. This kind of sell off. This obviously happened way quicker than the 11 o'clock, but that's essentially what you're looking for. So we're looking for stocks right now that are down, have been down, and are continuing to fall as we speak. But I don't know. Let's see if sometimes you can find them on FinViz. Patterns such as, the problem with these is I think they wedge down. These are like long-term wedge downs. Yeah, they're not intraday. Can I do? Yeah, I can't do intraday. Yeah. Let's go back here. Um, Looks like financials are holding on pretty decently. We're not down a ton on anything today. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I got to do some screening and see what's out there. LPI. Oh, that's super low volume. Not something I would trade. Wait. It looks like it has pretty good volume there. Is it just today? This is average volume. Oh, 500,000. Yeah, that's just kind of ugly, honestly. I mean, I don't think I'd play that. If you think petroleum's going to bounce, energy, oil, whatever is going to bounce, that's fine. But I don't like that chart. That's just me. Nvidia's selling off. We got a lot of sell-offs going on all of a sudden. That's unfortunate. So it looks like we're going to retest the lows today. See if what happens on that. SBE. You guys in your energy, huh? Was that an earnings? What the hell happened there? New Year's deal to go public? What? Okay. Huh. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I have to read into it. But it definitely took off. Whatever caused that. I mean, short term, yeah, maybe it gets back to highs, but that's got a long way to sell off if not. So I'd be careful with that one. Energy sector is doing better. Yeah, energy's coming back. So I like to trade like oils and stuff more towards December and January. And what else here? Sorry. I gave someone a stock idea, and he just texted me about it. So, sorry, where was I? Yeah, I like to trade those in December, energy and oil and that kind of sector, because we get a little lull during that time, and they seem to pick up January, February area. So it's kind of like pot stocks, for example. August and September are the slowest months for pot stocks usually. So if we take a look at like TLROI, which has just been sold off hardcore lately, like hardcore. It was at $30 a share at one point a year ago, not even, and it's at $5 a share now. I mean, it had to sell off in March, obviously, but this one's just taking a beating. But even ACB, which is a better company to invest in than TLRY, You'll see this happen again probably November, I would guess, if not sooner. But yeah, just sell off City for the last month because August is slow, September is slow. These stocks don't get bought during that time frame, and the more you learn about that, the better you are trading. So you don't buy stuff that oh, this looks like it's going to bottom and bounce. Well, it's probably not going to because it's a bad sector to be trading at that time of year. So I do have a trading idea for us here, guys. Possibly for an avalanche trade. I feel like this NVIDIA looks good for that. Time will tell. I'll wait on that one though. I'm not gonna. I'm already long that position, so if I did do something in this, it would just be strictly a day trade. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'll stay live. I showed you guys what I was looking for. Unless you guys want me to stay live, I'll probably end this shortly. I don't mind staying live, but there's just not going to be a lot going on until 11 probably. I don't plan on making any trades right this second. I mean, obviously, if you want me to chart some stuff for you, I'm happy to do that and give you my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right. I'll be the first to admit that I am not always right. Proven today on that stock that I tried to day trade this morning. But the idea is that it's right more times than it's wrong. So as long as that stays true, I'm good. I think we peaked at like 25 viewers today, which is pretty good. It's not a ton, but it's pretty good. Hopefully, I mean, the main reason I do it is just to show that how to trade that opening. And what I did today was show you how not to trade that opening, kinda. I chased it. First mistake. Second mistake. Well, wasn't a mistake. It failed. Nothing in my control that happened. But I chased it, and that caused me to have a bigger loss than what I would have had if I didn't chase it. Luckily, I got my average down a little more. Ended up with a 1.3% loss. Not going to break me, obviously. Like I said, I can make that up by just selling another stock if I wanted to. See, here goes Chewy again. Someone mentioned that earlier. I kind of figured it wasn't done selling off yet. I would look for 11 o'clock reversal on that one as well. But that just had an offering, so that's a little different of a beast. I do have to start looking at shorting stuff more so than longing stuff. I hate to say that, but I tend to think that things are failing more than they're breaking out these days. So just something to keep on the back burner is start looking at possible short positions that may arise. We got this sell-off here on QQQ again. It's brutal. It's brutal. Let's see if we can refresh this. Yeah. See, we needed to break above this 272 this morning. We did not. We failed to pre-market and just kind of puttered out from there. It could bounce at any second and we'll be fine. but I think we might have to test this low again, and it might break. So be ready for that. Not saying it's gonna go crazy, but you could see a good, decent sell off if it does. Let's take a look at LL. Is that LLB? No, Lumber Liquidators. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would be a good short in my book. Yeah. It's a good find. It's a clear pattern. I would say you could probably short it and get to like almost 16, if not lower, if it pulls. Yeah, that's a good find. I'm not ready to short anything just yet. But yeah, that's a decent one there. From an overall, from that daily pick, that's that's yeah. PSNL. Excuse me, guys. Let me take a look on this. Well, yeah. I mean, your buy would have been off this MA bounce here. As you can see, since then, it's kind of just been straight up. That would have been what? 18 change? Almost 19. What was this, though? What's this red candle? That scares me a little bit. It doesn't show on there. That's the weird part. When was it? August 13, 14? Shows as a green candle here. What? That's so weird. August 13, 14 right here. Pricing of public offering common stock. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't chase it here, but that looks like it's gonna break out higher for sure. I like it. Yeah, looks like it's gonna get back to highs. That's a giant U-ish V. Well, that's the V right there, but that's a giant U. It's healthcare, so I'd be careful. Even though it's probably not related, it could be associated with COVID. Good or bad, but just something to think about. But if you're in it, it looks good. I wouldn't chase it where it's at, though. I'm just looking for other stocks here, guys. One sec. Let me put the chart back up. Because we might trade this here shortly. Depending on the action. I'd like to see one more little dip. And let's see if there's a support level. Yeah, another dip to 490. Or whatever this low was, 488. That would be nice. Nice little $5 quick dip for a buy for a reversal for the day trade. That's what I'm looking at right now. See if it happens. It's not the best setup, but it's there. All right. I should have sold my AMD options I had right out the gate this morning. Whoops. Oh well. No problem. Happy to help. Or try to help. Like I said, I don't know everything. Yeah, Target, man. Target's gonna be the death of me. I've been long this freaking chart forever. It looks good today, though. Good volume this morning, too. Yeah, it's gonna break soon. It had this nice... It's got a nice flag setting, or did. I don't know if it's still there. Yeah, it's kind of just consolidating right now. So I was expecting a break there, which it kind of started to. Right here on this day, you see that little spike on the candle, but I think we were red on the day, like overall, on the market hold, so I think it couldn't really do much. So now it's in this like channel. Another little channel here. Who knows how long that's gonna last. But I mean, I could, in theory, extend those lines and make it look more like that. That's the problem with drawing lines on charts. You can make them look like whatever you want. I can go like that. Oh, look at that flag. You know, doesn't mean it's right. That's definitely, this line is definitely not right, for the record. You're probably more like something like that. It would be a correct line. So that's, you're kind of consolidating in that area. I think once you break above that, you're good. But we'll see what happens here in the next day or so. It does look strong today when the market's down. And it has. That's the thing. So when this QQQ's been down, this has been strong. Yeah, we'll see. Put the video back up. See if we get that sell off I was looking for, another $5. Party. I was gonna go long party at 296 the other day. Should have. I found party right about here, and I thought about going long right here. No, sorry, right here. Yeah. I don't like trading $3 stocks or anything below $3. Mainly $5 to be honest. So I hesitate when I do that, because if I try to do size, any kind of like a normal size position on this, I'm buying thousands and thousands of shares, and I don't want to do that. Because every penny it moves, I am micromanaging it, and emotions come into play, and it's just not good. It's great when it works out like this, and if I could have sold for 30-40 cents a share and I had 5,000 shares, it would have been great. But this little shakeout here in this open would have scared the crap out of me because I would have been down, 20 cents a share. The swings are incredible. But overall, yeah, this one had a big breakout. I was looking at it. It should get back to this 4 level at this point, but it might take a bit because there's a lot of chat rooms that came up with this one, so I know there's people selling into this spike and will continue to sell if it doesn't continue on today. So just be wary. This is more likely to drop than go higher today, but it will consolidate and continue higher, I think. But when I see a bunch of rooms on a stock, if I'm not already in it, I get a little concerned. Let's go back to this stock and see what's going on with it. Oh, look at that. It held its low, retested, held, and went back up. But like I said, I think it's just going to do this all day and close right about where it's at, and that would be huge. Take a look at it later in the day. What was the other stock I was looking at? Nvidia. I want it there because I might trade that in a minute. We're getting close to 11 o'clock. Oh, it did sell off a little bit, but not as much as I was thinking it was going to. All right. I think I might end the stream here, guys. Unless there's any other questions that you guys have, any other chart requests, anything along those lines. I'm got to do some work. I do have a full-time job other than trading. So I do have to perform some work over there and get that done, and then I can get back to trading. But if there's nothing else, I will most likely end this. Look for this to reverse at 11 o'clock. That's what we're looking for right now. So just, I'm going to hopefully get one more sell-off here and then probably buy some for a day trade. Nothing crazy. Just to see if it does reverse back and I can make $5 to $6 a share. Put some money in my pocket. Maybe cover the losses from the day trade I had earlier. I'm not doing the trade to specifically do that because when you start doing that, trying to make up your losses, you actually make poor decisions. I'm doing this because it looks like an avalanche and I feel like it will reverse. So with that said, if there's nothing more, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully, I'll do a full. So, my swing position full size is half my day trade position full size. Just as an FYI. So when I say I take, like today on that day trade, I took a full size position that was double what I would swing, and I do that so that I can take half off and then swing a normal size position. If that makes sense. On Nvidia specifically, I'm already swinging it. So what I'll do most likely is take a full-size day trade position. I will sell half of it for profit, whatever that may be, and I'll sell the other half and average down with it for nothing, and close out zero just so I can get my average down. And that's kind of how I'll play that. I could close the whole day trade position out and average down the whole thing and make no money. But my thought process is let's make up some of the money I lost this morning. Not that I have to, but if I'm up, I might as well do that and lower my position at the same time. So that's probably how I'll play that. I don't know if I'll do it though because QQQ is retesting this area. And if it doesn't hold, like I said, we could see a good sell-off. So I don't want to be caught long on that. But all right, guys. Have a good day. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I I could show you a winning one next time, but I can't control the market, so all I can do is show the best setups that I feel you guys will benefit from. So that will do it. Have a good day, guys.